Hi, Batman. Where are you? I miss you. Come back. Um, I was just reading the newest issue featuring you, and I don't know where you are. Neil Gaiman, Andy Kubrick, in Batman Detective Comics 853 is the second issue and final part of Whatever Happened to the Caped Crusader. And it picks up where it left off. Batman is watching his own funeral alongside of a mysterious woman. And what's weird is the funeral doesn't make any sense. Everybody has a different story. Well, first off, the criminals would not just be hanging out with his friends like this. Is a tip to the hat that maybe something weird's going on. And the second one is they all have a different story of how Batman died. And it suddenly dawns on him, I'm going to spoil this, but if you're reading the first part, you probably weren't that surprised. The mysterious woman is, of course, his mother. And, she hasn't been getting too much play lately. There's been a lot of work with his father and asking if his father was the villain and R.I.P. and stuff like that. And the movies pay more attention to him, too. So it's nice to see her getting a chance here to have some interaction with Bruce, even if she really is a ghost or not a ghost or some representation of his image of his mother. I don't fucking know. But it's a really touching story, and it's a really touching kind of send-off to Bruce, and there's some really terrific page work. I mean, Kubrick, I gotta hand it to you. You can impersonate Dave Massini and Neil Adams and Dave McKeon, as well as Jim Aparo on one page. Not bad. Very impressed by that. And it just captures the whole 70 years of Batman, and just giving Batman a break. And the end is admittedly confusing, but I'm so impressed by the technique and the emotion behind it that I'm okay. And of course I know he's going to come back. I mean, I'm not stupid. But this I give 5 RAM chips. I do feel sorry for that 10-year-old out there somewhere in the world who picks this up as their first issue of Batman. Don't worry, it's not always like this. 5 RAM chips. Now, let's go over here. I had this sitting around for like 6 months in my box over a trilogy. Matter of fact, it's so old, it has a Spirit movie ad coming out. Hey, did you know Gabriel Mark is the Spirit? It's in theaters December 25th. It kind of took my time picking it up. Denny O'Neil, excuse me, and Gullum March do it. And it's kind of a forgettable story, although Denny does some pretty good character work. I do find it funny that Nightwing is saved by a pizza delivery guy at the beginning of the story. And he's fighting some guys who want to be the new Two-Face or something like that. I don't know. But the art is terrific. And there's some okay character stuff here, so, it's okay. Not bad. I give this 3 RAM chips. And Commissioner Gordon, written by Royal McGraw, and Tom Mandrake is doing the art. Jim Gordon's beginning to think that Batman might not come back this time, after being missing 86 times in their partnership. But he still has to take out Mr. Freeze. Pretty exciting thriller, a lot of good character work, and pretty good solid art from Tom Mandrake. I was off and on about his work when he was on one of the Batman books, but oh boy, it's really good here, and nice work on Mr. Freeze. Terrific character stuff. I give this 5 RAM chips, I really enjoyed it. And now off to Transformers. All Hail Megatron number 10, written by Shane McCarty, and art by Guido Gardini and Emilio Santaluca, which is fun to say if I don't fuck it up. The possible coup that's going to happen towards Megatron within the Decepticon ranks has finally happened. Of course led by Starscream, but a couple of surprising coup members in there. The Insecticons and the Constructicons. Oh god. And there's a terrific fight between Megatron and Devastator. I've never seen Megatron and Devastator fight. Ever. That's pretty exciting. Also, Optimus Prime is back up on his feet, and he is trying to get the Autobots off Earth and off Cybertron and to Earth. While they have to escape the wave of mutant Insecticons and stuff like that. Meanwhile, the Earth's inhabitants, I think they're called the humans, they have regrouped and they're coming to New York to attack and bomb. Pretty exciting. This is like set up for the exciting conclusion. And you know what? This on its own is pretty exciting. I loved it. This is a terrific series. I also give this 5 round chips. And Spotlight, Transformers, Drift. Now, I'm not very familiar with Drift. I'm an old G1 guy, and I don't know who the hell this guy is. But he's pretty exciting. I was going to not get it, and let me just thank Energon Gal. You gave a really good review for this so much, I decided to just pick it up, and I'm glad I did. The art is by Casey Collar, and Shane McCarty also writes this. Drift is a former Decepticon who realized he was with the bad guys. He really hated what they were doing, so he is now kind of like a wandering samurai, complete with a sword, doing what he thinks is right and wrong. And he eventually runs into Cup and the Autobots. They're about to attack a ship of Decepticons that he was going to attack anyway. They decide to team up, and at the end he decides to join them. The art is just solid, and the colors are just beautiful. I like the pacing of the story too. It's very well written. And much has been asked about this cigar that Cups had in his mouth in every Shane McCarty story. I don't know what could he be getting from this. What is it? I mean, is it just some kind of Energon spark that he's just like chewing on and making feel good? Or maybe it's like a mini Transformer girlfriend or boyfriend or something. I don't know. Like it's going to turn into a dude in a minute. I don't know what that's going on. But hey, makes him happy. I give this 5 RAM chips. I really enjoyed it. Shane McCarty does some great Transformers, let me just tell you. And by the way, if you're tired of crossovers and characters dying and being replaced by some other person, you know what? Daredevil is probably the place to go. This has been a solid series forever, and it still remains so. Ed Brubaker and Michael Lark, with a couple other artists who, Sean Lucas and Stefano Guardano, they're doing the art, and it's The Return of the King, where the Kingpin has been offered a chance to go back and destroy Daredevil from Lady Bullseye, but he isn't, biting this little plan of hers, so he's going to be taking her out by teaming up with Daredevil. And he hires the Owl, of all people, who's actually pretty well written here. Never usually a big Owl fan, but I really enjoyed his portrayal here. In the last scene, we're left wondering, is the Owl like working with Kingpin? Is this part of the plan, or is he really kind of going to betray them? I don't know. Really cool. 5 RAM chips. This is perfect series. New Avengers from Brian Michael Bendis, Billy Tan, and Chris Picciello. The second part in the Doctor Strange crossover. Another story of Doctor Strange being sort of attacked, and then he comes and talks to the Avengers for 10 pages, and then they decide to go do something. That's the story. That's the issue, pretty much. There's some really good dialogue as usual, and you know what? I feel like I want Spider-Man out of the team. I used to be excited over the fact that he was joining the Avengers, but they see this Quinjet that they have here, and he's going, we shouldn't steal this, this is irresponsible and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, sorry, mister, I made a deal with the devil about, we'll take lessons from you about responsibility. You know what? I don't even want to see you anymore. You're like an ex that just went bad. Like, you really love that ex, and you were dating or married, and everything was awesome. Now you see them, and you're just physically ill. And everything they say, you just want them to shut up. That's pretty much how I feel about Spider-Man. Am I taking it a little too seriously? 4 RAM chips, not bad. Now, I didn't have any time, but I'm going to review Rose and Isabel in my next video. This is excellent. Stay tuned.